Hello, welcome back to the second hour of our distraction. And I have something really kind of fun that I pulled out. Every collector has their own specific loves as far as what they like to collect, their specific preferences. Some people love the articles, some people just love specific photo sessions. Well, articles are great, posters are amazing, but within the realm of collecting paper material, promotional advertisements from trade magazines, from newspapers, things that are promoting the band's albums are really pretty special. To me, it's because they represent that moment when a magazine or newspaper or music publication, they are the ones that are introducing an album or some new release from the band to the to the masses. The fans simply don't know about something until this ad comes out. That's pretty special. So I pulled out one of the volumes, volume 80 in this case. This is all trade advertisements, which is really, really cool. Some of them might be concert. There's a few concert ads in here which might appear in my book, but most of these are actual print ads that are promoting albums or releases, DVDs, videos. Really, really fun. So I'm really looking forward to this, and feel free to weigh in on when you saw these ads yourself, or if you remember the advertisement that's being shown. So anyway, it's just a really special category, so I can't wait to share this with you. So we're going to start off with the very beginning, and all this is chronological with no flipping around, okay? So here we go. This is for Planet Earth, the first single. Absolutely beautiful. And this photo has them, I think I remember reading somewhere about someone identified, there's I think it was a shopping mall in the UK where this photo session happened, and it's just so extraordinary, kind of space agey. It was just really, really cool. So Duran. David Wilson's here. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Woo! Duranie dude love. Okay, so Planet Earth, the first single. That's the stuff things that appeared in Melody Maker, Sounds magazine, all the trade publications that were circulated around Birmingham. Old stuff. On the left side here, we have a Spanish promotion for the very first album. That's kind of cool. I don't see that very much. And then, of course, you have Rio on the other side, too. Musical adventures for the modern age. And another thing that's really fun is articles are really cool when they have different languages. You can read about, how the band's adventures are, translated in different cultures, or, that kind of a slice of global interpretation of the Duran Duran legacy. But promotional advertisements, how Rio was presented in various countries. I mean, that's really cool. It's a real comprehensive look at the differences in how different countries embraced each new album. Here are two Japanese ads for Rio. One of these, I believe, Duran Duran retweeted. This is a advertisement from a music magazine. I think it might have been Ongaku Senka. And this is another. I'll just show it. It's beautiful Japanese stuff. The best. And it's really cool how when they take certain pictures of the band and they incorporate that into the design. It's kind of thinking outside the box, not just like a picture of the front of the album and hey, buy this, something new. So, Fabi shared what something says on the ad, but I was too slow in reading. So if you want to retype it, I will read it. So, trying to keep up with all you guys. Okay. An ad for Rio and an ad for Save a Prayer. Very cool. Love the cover of Save a Prayer. These are from UK publications, like Smash Hits, #1 magazine. Staples for every British fan. Sandra Diaz is here. Hello, welcome back. Cecilia Garcia, yay! Okay, here's a great outlining of the band's UK tour for Rio. And it starts out in October. So October 30th, they're playing in Caird Hall. And then they move on to Glasgow on October 31st. That's really cool. Tour dates. Oh, so cool. And then you have another ad from Japan. And it's split between an ad for Carnival in Rio. And then you have Missing Persons at the very bottom, which is really telling because Warren was a member of Missing Persons and he became part of Duran. Another little time travel, like, woo, Wrinkle in Time. Oh, so cool. It's very cool. Oh, this is really special. I so appreciate you guys sharing this with me. You guys are making a difference in my days, without a doubt. This is a fun Japanese ad and it shows the Rio tour program as well as Carnival. And then over here you have the same ad, slightly different design and in black and white. So it's all about the little details, right? Now for those collectors out there, look for the tiniest little differences. That Rio tour program was amazing. Absolutely, behind the scenes of the Hungry Like the Wolf video, highly recommend you keep an eye out for that if you can find it. Okay, so here we have, Is There Something I Should Know? Oh God, I love that single. Please, please tell me now. The power behind Roger's drums. Okay, I won't get sidetracked, but oh my God, it's just, it's one of those things, right? Just one of those moments we all know and love and share and just takes me on a wild ride of emotion. Okay, and then we have Seven and the Ragged Tiger from a UK publication on the opposite side. Fantastic photo session by Rebecca Blake. We all know it. And of course, you're seeing all the little touches from Malcolm Garrett and his Assorted Images design. He had such a hand in crafting the band's image and marketing and branding. It was just really, really, what a cool look. All the geometric lines and the designs, the shapes, a lot of squares and bright colors. It was like nothing anybody had ever seen. Really cemented Duran Duran in people's minds. So here we have another UK ad for Seven and the Ragged Tiger from Woolworth. So that is a retailer in the UK, I believe. And then we have one here from the US advertising Seven and the Ragged Tiger on the Capitol label. Both black and white, which can easily carry just a presentation as color. I love how the elements from the Ragged Tiger cover are used in the design of this promotion. It's kind of thinking outside the box. Nuno is here. Nuno is an amazing artist. He's designed a poster from 2005. Welcome, Nuno. Great friend, great artist. Very cool Seven and the Ragged Tiger ad from Spain. And you have, again, elements from the Ragged Tiger cover used all around the cover photo, which is really, really cool. And then a Japanese ad for the third album. Ragged Tiger doesn't even say Seven and the Ragged Tiger, at least to my eyes, because I can't read Japanese. Debbie Hansen says that was the first album she got of theirs. Seven and the Ragged Tiger. Oh, awesome. What a great introduction to the band. Fantastic. And then it has a little mini discography at the bottom, which is always important. You know, it's not just Seven and the Ragged Tiger. The band are releasing hit collection after hit collection. 2 horizontal Japanese ads. I hope I can get this right all in the frame. That's something I continue to work on, is just making sure everything is visible. Apologize if I cut anything off. Christina's trying to be patient with me as she helps me frame everything. It's not easy. New Moon on Monday. Oh, the release of the New Moon on Monday single. Love everything about this ad. Absolutely, it's beautiful. The mottled color scheme. Sometimes these ads were released one after another, but they had slightly different hues in their colors, which changes the whole feel of the ad. And then, of course, on the opposite side, you have more Japanese. This is an ad for, I believe it might be for a show. I don't know. Anybody who speaks or reads Japanese, feel free to chime in. What a time that was. One single after another released from the Ragged Tiger album. Reflex and the New Moon on Monday. Here's another really cool Spanish ad. It's a little darker, so it might be harder to see, but you can see the title of Seven and the Ragged Tiger in Spanish. How cool is that? Hello. Very cool. And then you have the discography listed. And then on this side, you have a German ad for Sing Blue Silver. Yeah. Fantastico. I personally think there should be some sports arena, some huge coliseum rented out somewhere. People are flown in, some government should pay for Duranie's to be flown in on a private jet. We all gather for a global screening of Sing Blue Silver. I have big dreams. I think someone else should pay for them. That'd be fun. Okay, so here we have a Japanese ad for Arena. Hello, Mary Beth. Angela Clark Striegel is here. Oh, very cool. I can feel all the goosebumps forming. Okay, so Arena is here for the Japanese ad, and then, of course, Dancing on the Valentine. And on the other side, we have a Spanish ad for Arena, right? Arena, and then we have Wild Boys single. And yeah, it's just a general ad for Duran's releases in '84. I remember when Arena came out and I saw the booklet, the photo booklet that was included with Mike Owen's photos. Oh my gosh, that was just riveting. I could not get enough of that photo session. And of course, here you have the photo session. And the photos are actually incorporated into a beautiful design. Mike Owen's photos promoting Arena. This is from a German magazine. And then on the left side, there is a UK publication, UK promotion for Arena. And it shows the band looking all Wild Boys. Full Wild Boys mode. It really captured the imagination. So then we're going to go into one of their most memorable projects that they did, just totally changing the world, Band-Aid. Oh, love the song. I cannot get enough of the song. And so this is a Greek advertisement for Band-Aid. And it shows the band picture, which we all love. We pick out the band members. That's so cool. I still think I can't name all the band members all gathered there, but I can name most of them. And then we have the list of names below. And then Live Aid. There was a fan who donated this to my archive. Really, really sweet. And whenever that happens, it's just like a huge, massive, heartfelt thrill. Very meaningful. So this appeared in a newspaper, and it lists everyone involved in Live Aid. That's really, really cool. band have definitely lent themselves to some pretty profound expressions of global support over the years. Makes me very proud to be a fan. Debbie Henson's here. Jennifer's back. Hey, Jennifer, ciao. Okay, so earlier I talked about how important it is to just notice all the fine little details. Well, here is a great case of which one of these is, where are the differences. Spot the differences. So these are two Japanese ads. They look so similar, but there definitely are big differences. Some of it you can see dramatic, like the placement of some writing. This writing is here, it's missing from there. You know, it's cool because it means it's a whole different, you know, it's a different format. There's reasons why they designed it the way they did. So it's kind of cool. And that's also the paper stock. That's a very different paper stock. This is a lot whiter and clearer, crisper. There's a power station ad down here, and some of the writing is different down here. So they look similar, but they are not. I do the same thing with Duran Duran's photo sessions. Ooh, Nick has turned his head just to the left here. Oh, there's a little more of a pout on Simon's lips here, and John looks, I don't know, it's just fascinating to me. It's very cool. Okay, so we're on to A View to a Kill, 1985. Oh, who doesn't love dancing into the fire, baby? Yeah, well, we're doing it here. This is a, what is this? This is a German advertisement for View to a Kill, and definitely incorporates the band. James Bond has a little gun target there. That's kind of cool. It's always fun. I love what they did with the 007 insignia. Just so many elements kind of came together with that to make it quite a striking advertisement, promotional campaign. And then here's a flyer for the View to a Kill movie, Japanese flyer, which is double-sided, so you'll see the other side in a minute. And then I have learned to recognize Duran Duran's name written in Japanese, so I always look for that. And it is written right down here. It's well, pretty much impossible to see here live in this broadcast, but it's fun to just make sure that Duran Duran's name is on there and they're recognized. Very cool. So on the back side of the flyer, you have scenes from the film. And then there's another flyer. This has really cool story. So scenes from the film on this flyer. This flyer right here, it's Japanese. It uses artwork that actually was withdrawn. This was actually made into a poster. It was, and it's sold for thousands of dollars. The reason is James Bond is shown here in a white tuxedo. And the studio, whoever was in charge of the film, they didn't like the way Bond looked in a white tuxedo. So they withdrew the artwork, and so now any poster that shows James like that, this particular design, it's very hard to get. Real collector's item. I'd say James Bond would look pretty cool in a tie-dyed shirt. Maybe a moo-moo, anything. Just put him on, just put a gun in his hands. It's still going to be Bond. Okay. Fabi is asking, how come how come I'm learning Japanese for this distraction? Is that and I'm not learning Spanish? I don't know the way my mind works, Fabi. Okay, so I don't know. I don't have answers for you. But okay. So here's on the back side, you have pictures of the women from View to a Kill. Jenny Flex. Remember Jenny Flex? Yeah, she was kind of hot. And here, so there's View to a Kill over here, and then we have the Power Station. This is a UK ad showing, promoting the Power Station album on EMI. love Frank Olinsky did the artwork for the Power Station. Absolutely beautiful. And he did it based on sketches from John Taylor. So I love just learning how they work together for that. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, Fabi's asking, how come I did not learn Japanese? The only language I learned was French in high school, and I think my mind has purged most of it. So I'm all about the visual to a fault. So, and yes, damn autocorrect. Happens to me all the time. 2 horizontal ads for the Power Station. Really, really cool. The lines are striking. The colors are gorgeous and just brilliant. Yeah, fantastic promotional campaign. Absolutely. Just remarkable look for the Power Station promotion. And the one on the left is French. So French Power Station ad. Okay, so we're going back to Japan. Who can't get enough of Japanese ads, right? 2 Japanese ads, very different looks. Similar, they're both using the official press photo of the band. Yeah, just really, really cool, side by side. Some like it hot and some sweat when the heat is on. Okay, more Japanese ads. One of them is Spanish on the right, Japanese on the left. And again, it's all about the tiny little differences. Fabi's asking why, or she's urging me to learn different languages. I know the language of love, okay? So I am just here to hug you guys and feel everything. And yeah, you guys speak the language and look all exotic, and I'll just sit here just loving you across the miles. Okay? That's my job. Something about teaching an old dog new tricks. Okay, so full color ads for the Power Station. Holy moly. Oh, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. The red, the black, the white. Whoa, absolutely amazing look. Everything about the Power Station just really spoke to that harder edge. I mean, I know Andy Taylor was just happy as a ragged tiger in the jungle or something, when that album came out. Yeah, I mean, it was just everything that Andy and John embodied. I mean, it just came out strong and hard and got people just rocking in a way that, I mean, Duran, they had their thing, and then Power Station was so different. It was really cool. It was just seeing the band members express themselves. This is an extraordinary black and white ad, actually having pictures of each band member, including Bernard Edwards, who sadly passed away, and Tony Thompson and Robert Palmer passed. I mean, it's absolutely heartbreaking. And then there's a Korean ad, I believe it's Korean, in pink. Pretty cool, yeah. So, a whole new country. The international flavors of Duran fandom. So, we have satisfied, hopefully, the Power Stationians out there. Now we have the Arcadians. So, strap yourselves in, baby. Got some Simon, Nick, and Roger and rose-colored awesomeness coming to you. So, So Red the Rose in a Korean ad right here, and then a Japanese ad here, and the design. There's so many elements in the marketing of So Red the Rose, from the cover, from the inside sleeve, that are used. Okay, so, real quick aside, Susie Arcana is correcting me, thank you. Chinese, this is Chinese, not Korean. Apologies everywhere. I'm awful at this, so thank God you guys are still with me, and no judgment, right? No judgment. Okay, so Chinese. a remedial geography class coming up. So yes, the look of these Arcadia ads are just, yeah, you'll see. Close up look at those. And it's not often you see some of the photos from the Arcadia photo sessions used in these ads. So that's quite striking. It's really fun. Then, of course, we dip into Dean Chamberlain's little magic box. His light painting photos, oh, it just activates the imagination like amazing. And look what they did to the horse. They changed the horse into a unicorn. If that isn't Arcadia for you, that's just Nick Rhodes for you. 2 Japanese ads, enough differences to make each one really stand out on their own. Absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of a pretty big contingent of Duran fans out there who specifically love the Arcadia days. Like Jason Fry. Oh, he loves Arcadia. So this is for you, Jason. Okay, so then we're going into The Promise. Oh, love that song. I could listen to that. It just washes over me. I sit and I just bathe in the melodies, right? Nick's keyboards, Simon's haunting lyrics. It's beautiful. And then we have on the right side an advertisement. You don't see these very often, and this is actually from Germany. It's an advertisement for a Roland keyboard, and Nick is hawking the keyboard. And just look at the photo. I mean, it's all Dean Chamberlain out. Beautiful. Great ad. That's a whole nother level when you have the Duran members promoting sources of kinds of equipment. That's pretty cool. It's like, Duran the salesman. Okay. And so here you have more Nick. I got these recently over the past 5 years, and it was just such a thrill. One is, this is from Germany, and this is from, I believe, Italy. Is that right? I think it's Italy. I know I'll hear it if it's incorrect. Love the way he's just I mean, who doesn't want a duplicated Nick Rhodes, right? I mean, 1 is amazing, but 2, be still my heart. So now we go from Power Station in Arcadia to John, the man who does what he does, right? Mary Beth Undis says she still has her Arcadia cassette. That's a true Duranie right there. Never let that go. Okay, so John's I Do What I Do efforts, and then we go right into Notorious. There's something about these, right? I mean, just promoting John Taylor. I mean, this is his vampire stage when he looked like he just stepped out of Twilight movies. It's just lush fabrics and just a smoldering look. I mean, he was just coming into his own as an artist, individual artist. And then, so yeah, Notorious. Just, what a look, what a time. Completely changing everything. Here's a full-page ad from a music publication, Notorious. I mean, just the fact. I mean, how audacious is that, right? All you need is just a black page and just Duran Duran's name, the name of the single, no images. It's just that powerful. That's Duran Duran. Bold, brave, and kicking booty. Fantastic. The forthcoming album, Notorious. Oh, yes, and so this ad was a French ad over on this side right here. A Spanish ad for Notorious, Notorio. I should have that tattooed somewhere. That's pretty cool looking. And then horizontal ad. This is another Spanish ad. Yes. Yeah. Both black and white. John Swanell's cover shot. Absolutely exquisite. What a look. What a look. Oh, okay, and I'll try to do this horizontal for you. Does everyone remember what they thought when they first saw the Notorious album cover? It's like, okay, Duran Duran looked a little different. Of course, we were probably following along in Star Hits by that time, so it wasn't a huge surprise. Okay, so this somehow Skin Trade is just, it has its own little place in my heart. It's just it's a room, and I keep it in there, and I put little candles in homage to Skin Trade. It is just, it's amazing. So 2 ads, very different ads. One of them has the butt. The butt! The Skin Trade butt! And I especially love how if you go up to anybody, any other Duranie, and you just say, oh, Skin Trade butt, and everybody knows exactly what you're talking about. And nobody else, the people who aren't Duranians will look at you like, okay, do I need a restraining order? But we know, Skin Trade butt. Mm. Okay, a UK ad and a Chinese ad on the other side. 2 different looks. Very cool. You can see the sun is changing all the time, so that's kind of one of those out of control elements that we're trying to adapt to. Okay, we're moving on from Skin Trade to Meet El Presidente. And then a really cool Brazilian ad for Notorious. They did something really, really unusual, kind of unique with the Notorious cover, and it makes for quite a nice visual impact here. I love it when magazines get creative. Very cool. Joe Tucker is here. Dennis Lucero. Hey, Dennis! Okay, so a few concert ads here. One is Italian, and one is a copy of an Irvine Meadows Amphitheater ad from '87 when Erasure opened for Duran. Yeah, imagine those 2 acts together. And the other one on the opposite page is from Italy. And it was that tour, the first Italian tour over there, sponsored by Jeans Uniform. David Zard put a fantastic promotional campaign together. It's a really cool ad for that when Duran Duran were coming. A little shout out to Kitty's husband, Rick Friel, a very accomplished artist in his own right, and he surrendered this really cool ad for Andy Taylor. When they played this one LA club, and Rick was a part of that. Thank you again so much, Rick. That was really cool. Did not expect to ever see something like that. And a Taylor gig from '87. And Pam Gardner saw Duran with Erasure. It was phenomenal. Yeah, I can only imagine. I only saw them with Bowie, but yeah, Erasure. Fantastic. Way to go. Moving into 1988, the release of Big Thing. It was so big. It was a big thing. I've seen the color version of this ad before, which is a lot bigger in size. This is a black and white ad, which is really, I had never seen it. Here at the very bottom it says, nothing else measures up to it, and it has a tiny little image of the album cover, which is ironic because it is a big thing. See what they did there? Huh? Yeah. Pretty inspired. It says, think big. Think big indeed. And on the Big Thing album, you had what? I Don't Want Your Love? Yeah. which is kind of like a, negative message, but you still felt the positivity. Whole new Duran Duran, not wanting our love, but they'll accept our ticket money. It's just a fantastic ad. And then, there's a reason why there's a magazine cover here. Yeah, you're going to love this. It's really something really cool coming up. But here's the I Don't Want Your Love ad. So the reason why I have this magazine article in here, it has a big feature on Duran Duran and talking about the Big Thing album and their history. Some great shots of them. Love what they did with the text here. Duran Duran Get Dirty. This is from Top 40 Magazine, 1988. But the reason why I have it in this book, which is all trade advertisements, on the other side, check this out. The Pet Shop Boys and Duran Duran. Isn't that fun? Love what they did, pairing those two together. That is just the next big thing is introspective. Combining two pop legends. Masterful. Absolutely fantastic. And yes, Fabi, the artwork is absolutely incredible. Hans Arnold, I believe, was responsible for the Big Thing artwork. Just really, really striking. Okay, so now we're back to Japan with a really very cool Big Thing promotion. I don't know, that's like, the times that we've seen in previous distractions where Duran Duran sessions have been improved by adding a puppy. Well, how do you improve a Duran Duran ad? Oh, add some Japanese writing. Yep, pretty much does it every time. But we also can add Spanish writing, as we did on this Big Thing ad. Yeah, and look at the photo. You don't see that photo very much. And then another ad for the Big Thing album as being sold at HMV stores. That was a big place for UK fans to go to get Duran Duran releases. This is so fun, you guys. Yay! Teresa says, various cool Pet Shop Boys and Duran Duran ad. Well, I think you're cool. So there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Erin McGee is here. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Can't see my knees, but they're knocking together right now. Very cool. Okay. So, we've covered the Big Thing album release. How about the singles? All She Wants Is, Please. Do You Believe in Shame? I Do Now. Fantastic. Someone's writing in and telling me that HMV was also big in Canada. Sandra Diaz. Thank you for that. I did not know that. So would you say HMV was basically on the same level as Tower Records? Is that just about a nice comparison? I'm not sure. Just checking in on that. Going from Big Thing to Decade, you have a UK ad and a Spanish ad. Kind of cool, with Steven Sprouse's artwork. Steven Sprouse is amazing. I didn't know he had such a great hand in some of the tour outfits for, was the 89 tour, I think. I don't know. I don't know for sure, so I will not talk out of anything. But yeah, Steven Sprouse is amazing. Fantastic figurehead in fashion. So we have another ad for Decade on the Capitol Records label. And then we go right into Liberty. Yay, Liberty! Liberty was once again reinventing the Duran brand, and we were all just trying to catch up our breath and keep up with the band's momentum. That was That was a good album. It had some good songs on there. I love that. All along the water, baby, take me to your water, baby. Yeah, remember that one? Yeah, that was good. Okay, this is a really cool Greek ad for Liberty. 2 of them, actually. Yeah, when I got these, that was a real thrill. Greek advertisements. I had no idea Duranie made such a great impact in Greece. A lot of great Aglos is over there. A lot of great devoted Duranie fans. A UK trade advertisement for Violence of Summer. Really cool shot of the band hanging out at that French circus, that fair that was the setting for the photo session on the liner notes, or the inside sleeve. And then, of course, you have Sirius. Nice full-page advertisement for Sirius. Fantastic. Sirius would be a good song for the band to play to add to the set list. Could you imagine that? Having them play Sirius or Hothead? I don't know. There's some other songs that are better than that. But okay, so here's a cool ad. I think it's a German ad. No, it is Dutch. Dutch advertisement for Liberty, and then a Japanese ad for the wedding album. So we're moving right along in the band's trajectory. What history, right? This is our history as well as the band's. That's what gets me. You know, I just share that with all of you guys. I mean, this is, where were we when these albums came out? Another Japanese ad, 2 Japanese ads for the wedding album. And this one is really cool because it doesn't have the album cover pictured anywhere. It just shows the band members' photos. Which is really cool. Very kind of candid looking photos, at least on John. Great smile on Nick. And while the whole world press was proclaiming, oh, the return of Duran Duran, they're back, oh my gosh. And we're just like, hello, they've never gone anywhere. Talk to the hand, because the Duranies ain't listening. Yeah. Another ad for music equipment. Nick Rhodes is the salesman here. This is for a digital multi-track recorder, rock solid performance, and he's just leaning up against some equipment like, yep, I'm a Jedi and you are just holding sway in my court. And on the opposite side, there's an ad for Come Undone. Styles change, style doesn't. What a great tagline. Says everything. Really extraordinary. Eric Roinstad and Nick Egan put the whole look together for the wedding album cover and all the marketing, which is just really phenomenal. And I believe this photograph was taken by Nick. So I didn't know that. Okay, nice promotional piece for Too Much Information, mentioning tour dates. Don't miss Duran Duran on tour in North America. We got Washington, D.C., Toronto, Montreal, Holmdel, New Jersey. That's in July. In August, they went from Cincinnati to Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, Dallas, Houston, Phoenix, San Diego, San Francisco, Sacramento, Denver, Salt Lake City, LA, Vegas. That's a tour. That's a great tour. Fantastic. And then here it is again in another format. The Dilate Your Mind tour. that was when they had the amazing stage production. They had the stage setting by the opera set designer Stefanos Lazaridis, I believe it is. And they didn't do that on all the days. So if you caught that, that was really cool. They had the couch that was a pair of lips. They had the phone booth, the red UK phone booth on stage. They had the rocket that was a lipstick tube. I mean, it was really, that was amazing to see. It was a fantastic stage production. So then we go into thank you. And I'm thanking you personally, but also the name of their album of covers. This is a Spanish advertisement, Duran Canta, and it lists all the artists that were covered and the artwork. And here's an ad from New Musical Express for the Thank You album. That was a really, really brave effort that they did. And it was cool because it definitely, it revealed their influences. It celebrated artists that I wouldn't normally have listened to. I'm, typically not so musically explorative as most of you are. And Fabi shares another great memory from Argentina. 1993 was the band's first visit, and all they had was rain on the stage. Fans have had, and the band, but mostly fans, have had to endure a lot of inclement weather. And we do it. We're still there. It's not going to drive us away. Kudos to Argentina. Love Argentina. Okay. So two really cool ads, very different. They're radio station sponsored advertisements for the listings of Electric Barbarella on the chart listings. Kind of cool, and it's cool. This shows Electric Barbarella added at Z100 in New York. Love Z100, and the way that they did it is really fun. They kind of treat Electric Barbarella like a cutout Barbie doll. That stuff is so fun. It really kind of reveals how the band were marketed in the industry. That's not usually made public. So then we're moving on to the greatest album, which was full of all of our favorite hits, a Japanese ad for the greatest, and then we go into a Japanese ad for John and his solo effort, which is really, really fun. There wasn't enough marketing for John, in my opinion. Remember when John and Patty were working closely together on the Trust the Process website. That was a real grassroots approach, and it was really fun to see John branch out on his own like that. And if you saw him on tour, that was a real treat. So here's a nice advertisement for John for the Araya Pro 2 Super Grade Series brand of bass. And that's a really cool ad. And then an ad for his album, Feelings Are Good and Other Lies. That's one thing I really respect the band for, is recognizing, it has been great to branch out on your own, like John has said this, but the band are all stronger together. So, it's kind of cool. No real egos in there. They're just a tight, cohesive unit, and they just like each other a lot, and they just like, being together on this stuff. So, okay. We have a tribute album, and I believe this was mostly ska music, and I'm not sure the band were over the moon with that kind of style, but it was really cool to see them being paid tribute to. Duran never knew how punk they were. This was a concert that was promoted through Mojo Records. It was an album, and then there was a concert that was associated with it. Duran classics interpreted by the likes of Real Big Fish, Goldfinger, Deftones, Homegrown, and Bucko 9. So bands that I would never recognize. And then Neurotic Outsiders. a Japanese ad for Neurotic Outsiders. And John has been really remarkable in how many little projects he's, embraced. His solo career, Neurotic Outsiders. I think he went on stage once with Billy Idol. It's just really cool. And all of his acting appearances, he's just a very dynamic individual. So this is a concert, Come Pay Tribute to Duran Duran. This is from promoted by Mojo Records. This is a concert taking place at Tower Records, and Duran Duran, I believe, made an appearance, special performance by Duran Duran. So this is the Midazolam years. That's kind of fun. And then an ad for Diva's Christmas Carol. How fun was that? That was fun to see John Hammond up in that film. I feel like we're always paying tribute to Duran Duran, so that's just second nature for us, right? Okay, this is a special promotion for an Italian broadcast in association with the Pop Trash album, or at least it was promoting Pop Trash. It's called A Night with Duran Duran. It's in May of 2000, I believe. And then we go right into Astronaut. So Pop Trash and Astronaut. And this is a horizontal ad, so let me show it to you properly. Love John Warwick's cover art for the Astronaut album. That was just, I love seeing him on the cover. I really hope they put themselves on the cover of the upcoming album. Duran Duran live from London. There's a little flyer for an in-store concert DVD when it's going to be available. This is the film. And there's a signed flyer for the Astronaut Tour when they're playing at the Convo Center at CSU. So it's a promotional ad from the Astronaut Tour. I have such history, just peppered with so many milestones. What a band. There's a Greek advertisement for Astronaut. And then a really fun, very warm advertisement that Roger did for Aquarian Drumheads. Just love his look in this. Just so relaxed and professional and just very warm behind the drums. And here is a Japanese ad for the Rio album. I believe this might be the Rio reissue. And then, of course, All You Need Is Now. And that is actually a message that I am living every single day. All I need is now. And now with all of you, you make every now better. Okay, we're going to end with Israel, thinking of my sister and her kids and the Picnic concert, and I believe it actually was canceled, unfortunately. Well, that's kind of a downer. But in 2011, Duran were slated to play in Israel, and there's a flyer along with Jane's Addiction. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of time travel for one afternoon or morning. Thank you so much for joining me on this. This is just, it continues to elevate my days. I love you guys so much. I would like to end with a little exercise. If you guys could, wherever you are, take your hands, wrap them around you, and give yourself a squeeze, okay? That is love to you from yourself, but also a big hug from me. I wish I could hug you all individually. Thank you so much for being on this ride with me. I will see you all, hopefully, on Saturday morning for another distraction go be good to yourselves. Enjoy your day today as much as possible. You're being thought of and cared for, and you are all important people. Important to me, an important period. We will make it through together. Love you all.